WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Lucerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. 6 people were displaced following a Sunday afternoon fire in Lucerne County. Firefighters were called to the 200 block of Wyln Street in Wilkes-Barre around noon for a report of a structure fire. When they arrived on scene, they found heavy smoke and fire coming from the second story of the residence. The family was able to make it out safely and no injuries were reported, but sadly 1 dog died and 1 cat is still missing. The Red Cross was called in to assist the family members displaced by that weekend fire in Wilkes-Barre. A Sunday night crash claimed the lives of 2 people in Kingston. According to police, a car and SUV collided on Wyoming Avenue shortly before 8 p.m. The driver of the SUV was taken to the hospital with traumatic injuries, while the driver and passenger of the second vehicle were pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of that crash is under investigation. A Monroe County father is being charged with the death of an infant. According to state police, responders were called to 186 Pinewood Drive in Middle Smithfield Township back on August 1st for a report of an unresponsive 3-month-old. The baby was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Pocono, where the victim was later pronounced dead. An autopsy was performed and the manner of death was ruled a homicide, with an immediate cause of death labeled as blunt force trauma to the head. 32-year-old Michael Noel Yard was charged Friday with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and endangering the welfare of a child. Police in Schuylkill County are trying to identify a person involved in a trespassing incident last week. A McAdoo homeowner told police that an unidentified man entered his home on East Grant Street last Friday. The homeowner pushed the man outside and locked the door before calling police. The suspect's being described as a Hispanic male who was last seen wearing a red hoodie and tan pants. Anyone with information is being asked to contact PSP Frackville at 570-874-5300. A Lucerne County man's behind bars for allegedly sexually assaulting a minor. 51-year-old Andy Sapanik of Nanticoke was taken into custody Saturday by Lucerne County detectives for allegedly assaulting a 15-year-old girl from December of 2020 to January of 2021. Police say he began buying gifts for the victim around Christmas of 2020, which included alcohol. He was charged with sexual and aggravated assault of a minor, harassment, providing liquor to a minor, and endangering the welfare of children. He was taken to Lucerne County Prison for lack of $50,000 bail. 19 wanted individuals in the greater Hazelton area were taken into custody during the month of January. Hazelton police pursued those with active arrest warrants issued by the department, the Lucerne County Sheriff's Office, and other law enforcement agencies. The collaborative effort of the Patrol Division, Criminal Division, and Narcotics Unit resulted in the apprehension of the 19 wanted individuals. The department also apprehended 16 wanted individuals in February and 23 in March. The apprehensions varied from bench warrants for failure to appear in court to arrest warrants for felony and misdemeanor charges. The public can send tips to the Hazelton Police Department by either calling or texting the tip line at 570-450-2080 or emailing tips@hazeltonpd.org. A Shenandoah hit and run is currently under investigation by state police in Frackville. According to authorities, the incident took place Saturday, April 2nd between 11 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. A Honda Civic was hit while parked on the shoulder of West Cherry Street near the intersection of South Gilbert Street. The vehicle sustained minor damage to the passenger side front fender and a flat tire. Anyone with information on the incident can call the Frackville Barracks at 570-874-5300. A Wilkes-Barre man who admitted to sexually assaulting a boy for nearly 2 years was sentenced Friday in Lucerne County Court. 43-year-old Terry Raymond Noggle was sentenced 9 to 23 months in prison on a statutory sexual assault charge. Nanticoke police arrested him back in July of 2019 after investigating claims from a then 17-year-old boy. Court records say the teen reported that Noggle sexually assaulted him when he was between the ages of 5 and 7 in Nanticoke and Hanover Township. Despite pleading guilty on December 6th, prosecutors withdrew charges of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, corruption of minors, endangering the welfare of a child, and 2 counts of indecent assault. Hazelton property owners who owe taxes, city fees, or are behind on water and sewer payments will not get an appeals hearing before the zoning board. The board's imposing a provision of the municipal code to allow municipalities and boards to withhold permits if a property owner has unappealable taxes or fees owed for water, sewer, or refuse services. The move was made to help both the city and local water and sewer authorities collect outstanding taxes and fees. Applicants were informed during a recent meeting, and some were given the option to pursue a continuance or withdraw their appeal until they're caught up on fees and taxes. Anyone wishing to go before the board for a zoning variance to increase the size of their house or put apartments up in a building must be caught up on all fees. State Representative Doyle Heffley announced his re-election bid for the 122nd Legislative District. Heffley became a leading voice in state legislature on tackling opioid and prescription drug abuse. He also works closely with local employers and elected officials to ensure that Carbon County residents have access to family-sustaining jobs, quality health care, and a robust transportation system. Heffley's involvement in legislature created laws to assist families struggling with addiction, fund highway projects without raising taxes, help communities take on hardships, and protect small businesses. He currently serves on the Standing House Appropriations, Commerce, Tourism and Recreational Development, and Transportation committees. He also serves on the Northeastern Pennsylvania Metropolitan Planning Commission. Funds from the American Rescue Plan may be used to give senior citizens a bonus through property tax and rent rebates. Wyln's Julie Stefanovich has more.
Community leaders and Governor Tom Wolf are calling on the General Assembly to use a portion of the American Rescue Plan to help older adults and people with disabilities when it comes to paying property taxes and rent. Around $1.7 billion has yet to be spent, and Wolf proposed that $204 million goes to provide property tax and rent rebates. The one-time bonus rebate would give older Pennsylvanians an additional average rebate of $475.
For the average older adult living on a fixed income, this extra help would be very meaningful, especially when you consider that we're all paying much more for nearly everything these days.
Since the program's inception in 1971, it has delivered more than $7 billion to support older and disabled residents and is funded by the PA Lottery and some gaming revenue.
There are a lot of people with needs in this community, and this spending plan is a practical way to help them. After all, the purpose of the American Rescue Plan Act is to provide flexible emergency funding for state and local governments to respond to the negative economic impacts of the pandemic.
The rebate program helps disabled people, the widowed over 50, and people over 65 stay in their homes.
I can't emphasize enough how much aging in one's own home means to people. Having cared for my own mother, who passed away at the age of 94, it was extremely vital to her to remain independent and stay in the home that she paid for. It's profoundly important to be in a place that is both familiar and comforting.
People who apply for the property tax and rent rebate program won't have to take any additional action to receive their one-time bonus. Help with filling out the application can be found at the Department of Revenue's district offices, senior centers, area agencies on aging, and state representatives' offices. The application period is open now and runs through June 30th. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on Wyln News, HPT's Easter bus schedule, plus tourism traffic concerns in Jim Thorpe. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
TJ's Chimney Service Professional and Complete Chimney Service cleans, rebuilds stainless steel liners, custom concrete poured chimney crowns. Fully licensed and insured, all work guaranteed. Roofing services also available. Call 570-861-0027. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Hazelton Public Transit announced that there will be no bus service on Easter Sunday. The HBT office will also be closed on Friday, April 15th and Monday, April 18th in observance of the Easter holiday. Office hours will resume on Tuesday, the 19th. Lucerne County Council is set to vote on a request for $500,000 of the county's remaining $97.5 million in American Rescue Plan funding. The Hazelton City Land Bank requested the money to assist in acquiring and rehabilitating blighted properties. To date, the county approved $15.424 million in earmarks and is set to receive a total $112.89 million more. The county does not have to commit to an American Rescue allocation plan until the end of 2024 and has until the end of 2026 to spend the money. Council is set to vote on the most recent request at 6 Tuesday evening at the County Courthouse on River Street in Wilkes-Barre. Instructions for remote attendance are posted at LucerneCounty.org. The deadline to file 2021 personal income tax returns is just 1 week away, and Pennsylvanians are being reminded they can file for free online. Taxpayers can visit mypath.pa.gov to file their PA tax returns through the department's state-only filing system. MyPath is both free and user-friendly and provides an option for the majority of taxpayers to seamlessly file their PA 40, make income tax payments, and access other services. The deadline to submit 2021 personal income tax returns is by midnight on Monday, April 18th. Tourism season's about to kick off into high gear in Jim Thorpe, and borough officials plan to be ready. Council discussed a proposal Thursday night from KRE Security for enhanced traffic management control downtown starting on May 14th. Under the proposal, one traffic control employee would be stationed at the Susquehanna Street Broadway intersection and another at the entrance to the county lot from Route 209 to help with the flow of vehicles and weekend crowd. The borough is also looking into eliminating parking on Hazard Square between Molly McGuire's Pub and Steakhouse and the Carbon County Courthouse Annex, as well as in between the two buildings on Saturdays, Sundays, and Monday holidays between May 14th and October 30th. However, no final decisions were made. Scotty Scheffler mastered his way through one of the most difficult courses in major championship golf to become 2022's overall winner. Scheffler led the weekend 1 under 71, giving him the 3-shot victory over Rory McIlroy. His big moment came to play in the second round as Cameron Smith fell victim to the 12th hole when his shot went into the air and fell into Race Creek. Thanks to Smith's triple bogey, McIlroy became the runner-up. Tiger Woods, who came off a shattered leg from a car accident back in February of last year, shot 78 and ended the week 13 over 301. Scheffler won 4 of the last 6 titles, making him the second player to do so since Jason Day in the summer of 2015. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, we chat with MMI on an upcoming fundraiser in Community and You, plus who's leading the way again this week. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on Wyln TV.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Attention all political candidates. Wyln TV 35 is offering a free political announcement to all candidates in the Wyln TV viewing area running for office in the May 17th Pennsylvania primary election. Go to WYLNTV.com and fill out the form today. The deadline to submit your announcement is April 20th, 2022. All areas of the form must be completed, so do it today. Go to WYLNTV.com for your free political announcement.
Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Julie Wiegand, and today we are on location at MMI with Lainey and Teresa, who are here today to discuss a big event coming up. So I guess we'll start with tell us about the event.
Sure. The MMI Parents Association is really happy to be back to, after a little bit of a hiatus, our purse bingo, designer purse bingo, which will be taking place on Sunday, April 24th.
Now, with this bingo, it's not just bingo. There are purses, obviously, like the ones behind us, and they will be flashing up during the segment. There are also tricky trays, I assume, as well. So tell us about the other things that will be surrounding the event.
So we get lots of donations for tricky trays, and each class puts together a purse tricky tray as well. So there's lots of purses and a lot of great items.
Now, how can everyone attend? Is there a cost? How does that all work?
Sure. Tickets can be purchased in advance. They're $25 in advance and $30 at the door. They just need to call or email here at MMI. I'm sure you'll have information on the screen. And students, if you're a student of MMI, can come in for $20.
All right. Now, who wants to talk about the sponsor of the event?
Sure, I can do that. I can do that. So we are enthusiastic and really happy to have back Wyoming Valley BMW as our event sponsor. They are a big supporter of the school and have agreed once again to be our event sponsor. So we're really happy that they're on board again.
And is this the first bingo that you have done as an organization, or is this almost like the comeback of the event?
It's definitely the comeback. I think it's been 2 years since we've had it, so we're glad to be back with it. There's going to be lots of food as well and door prizes, so it should be a great event.
All right. Anything else either two of you want to mention about the event for our viewers and our audience to kind of like remember, take away from it?
The only thing I would say is that the Parents Association here at MMI is really involved, and all of the proceeds from this event go directly into student events and student activities. So it really is exciting for us to be able to bring back some of those things that we've been able to do in the past and now after COVID are able to get back to. So we're really happy to do those activities for our students.
All right. Thank you so much, the two of you, for giving us the details on the event. And thank you, everybody watching out there. Remember, Springo Designer Bag Bingo will be taking place Sunday, April 24th. Doors open at noon, and the games begin at 1. So don't forget to get yourself a ticket, and we'll see you next time here in Community and You on WYLN.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Eileen Perchak's leading the way again to kick off this week's series.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA towards a better future. This week, we're joined by Eileen Perchik, who is the Executive Director for Supporting Autism in Families Everywhere, otherwise known as SAFE. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So, why don't we start off this week? Let's talk about the beginning. Tell us about being a kid, growing up, and then what led you, the schools and everything that led you to where you are now.
Oh, that's a great story. I don't know, some of it I'll omit because, a little bit of a misspent childhood. I grew up in the Pocono Lake area, Arrowhead Lake. I am a graduate of Pocono Mountain High School. I was going to go to school in Colorado, and I chickened out about 2 months before I left. So I wound up at Keystone College. Went to Keystone. After Keystone, I went to Shippensburg. I was a business major. My goal as a child was to be a funeral director. But as I was growing up, the business world looked, beautiful and glamorous because my father was a salesman and he took people out to dinner and wined and dined them, and that looked pretty glamorous then, I wound up being a business major. I worked for R.J. Reynolds Tobacco for many years. Then when I met my husband and got married, I resigned to raise my family. I have 2 children. I have a son, Michael, who is on the autism spectrum, and he is 24, and I have a daughter, Madison, who is neurotypical, and she is 21.
Where did it go from, you start your family and then you get to SAFE? And
well, they say life changes you, and you become, kind of what your children are doing, and, you kind of progress along with them. After Michael was born, I had no problems in my pregnancy, and he had a, so-called typical birth, and we didn't realize anything was kind of askew because I was a little bit older when I had Michael. So I just thought I had this really good baby, and, he would watch the same movie over and over, and so I got very active as the children got older. I was in the PTA and all of that. And we started to notice that Michael just wasn't progressing like the other children. He was academically, but socially he was not. So after his diagnosis, it was, all hands on deck. We didn't have any services here in Northeast PA at that point. So I had to travel to Hershey for services, and that is essentially what led me to be so passionate about the autism community.
All right, folks. Check back tomorrow night as we continue into part 2 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.